Hey folks, Randy here with Dulin Cut Trim. This is episode 3 of Ask Randy D. Probably not going to call it that, but it sounds catchy and stupid at the same time. So, like I said, probably not going to leave it with that name. So I got this question said, could you talk about payments, collecting payments? I already did a video on that, man. Look at the video. I'll even do like a link thing. Look there. Now, the video's right here. Unless I can't put it there, then it's right there or somewhere else. Down there. I don't know. Actually, the video I did, I'm pretty sure it was raining and I was in my shop, and you pretty much, I don't think, can even hear me. So, collecting payments. So, when I first got into the business, I didn't know what I was doing. And so I would just do simple things and, just kind of go from there. So when I first got in the business, I actually was managing things through PayPal. And so I would just, at the end of each month, send the customers an invoice via PayPal, and they could pay it through PayPal, and it was pretty simple. But I was invoicing monthly. Customers would either just pay through PayPal, which is what I preferred, or, they might give me a check or something. But, generally speaking, it was just through PayPal. Then my first year full time, I started, I guess technically I was already collecting or accepting credit cards because I was using PayPal, but it didn't really feel like it. And so my first year in business, I actually, full time, I actually started accepting Stripe payments because I was using Yardbook. Stripe integrated with Yardbook very nicely. So I just started using that. And that process worked okay, but it was the same kind of deal. I was invoicing at the end of the month. And I guess I'm not good at budgeting. I'm better. Being self-employed in a seasonal business will teach you how to budget, believe me. So I'm better than I was, but in the beginning I was very, very bad at it. And so I was constantly dealing with a cash flow issue. And so I really wanted to go to a system where I could keep credit card payments on file or credit cards on file and just charge the card after each service. I had some businesses in the area that told me they didn't think that was a good idea, that they didn't see it as being a professional idea. I disagreed with them, and Lawn Care Millionaire was on my side. Not that he knew he was a part of that conversation, but I used his software, so. So about midway through the season, I actually switched over to Service Autopilot, integrated it with BluePay, if anybody cares, and started collecting customers' credit card information. What I did in the beginning is I just contacted all my existing customers and said, hey, I've got this new payment option where you can just put your credit card on file and we'll just charge it after each service. It's convenient. You don't have to think about it. But I left it up to them, and I've kept it as a grandfathered process. I've got as we sit right now, I have 55 mowing clients. Of course, by the time this gets uploaded, that number will have changed because I'm recording this probably about a week and a half before it's going to go up. And so of that 55 customers I currently have, I think 7 or 8 of them still function under the old system where I invoice them at the end of each month, and they just pay that way. And I'm fine with that. Honestly, it's kind of nice to have that at the beginning of each month when customers send in their payments. It's kind of nice to get that additional money. But I've been accepting credit cards as the only means of payment since July of 2016. And I am not going back. Let me back up. The only time I won't do that is with commercial customers. Commercial customers can't always provide you with a credit card depending on the scope of the business. So with a commercial account, I'm willing to bill monthly, but it's net 30 terms. I don't do this net 90 stuff. If you want to go net 90, find somebody else. I got somebody I'll refer you to. Because I'm not doing that. Too much can go wrong. So that's how I handle payments in my business. Now, as far as collecting payments, well, I mean, I don't really have to worry about collecting payments because I have their credit card. As soon as the service is completed, I charge their credit card. And if it gets declined, their service gets put on hold until that payment is made. And I like that because no one's ever stiffing me for more than one cut. You know, I mean, customers do that. You know, I mean, it's life. People will stiff you for things, but you know, if it's only for one cut, that's a lot easier to deal with, as opposed to stiffing you for a whole month. When it comes to landscape jobs, I don't require credit cards on file for landscaping jobs, but that's probably something I'm gonna do, because I got stiffed on a job recently where a customer had agreed to the price. We did the work on their property, and then they told me they didn't like the price anymore. You know, in that kind of a situation, you know, I refuse to get upset about stuff like that. I mean, well, that's not true. If I think about it too much, I'll get very upset. But I choose to not think about it and relax. And just keep in mind, I wasn't relying on them for that. I wasn't relying on that job for my income. There was another job that day that covered all the expenses for that day. So, worst case scenario, I worked for free. But it's not like I pushed off work to do that job. So in that situation, I'm going to follow up with that customer, and you know, even though they've told me they're not going to pay, they're going to continue to get the bill reminders, and after 30 days, I'll assess the late fee that they agreed to, and then after that, you know, honestly, the way I handle collections is, after 30 days, if they're still refusing to pay, I'll try and negotiate with him, but my negotiation is not, you know, I'll either say, hey, pay it and I'll waive the late fee, or I'll say, I'm gonna send your info to collections, but I would just as soon not do that. So if you pay the bill, I'll knock off the late fee. I don't like doing stuff like that. It's really annoying, and it's spending time and energy on a part of my business I don't want to spend time on. I don't want to spend time on collecting payments from customers. My collecting payments process should be fast and simple. It should take about 5 seconds, and however long it takes to mark the job complete and hit charge credit card. That's how long it should take. So that's how I handle that. I don't really have anything else to say about that. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in a comment down below, or shoot me an email at randy@dulincutandtrim.com, and we will feature your question on this channel, and you'll get your answer from me. So that's a big deal, I guess. Have a good one.